Next question comes from Jerry_Salamante, our biggest Patreon supporter. He says, "What's the biggest difference between your first and second book?" First book was, a means to an end. That was just the pandemic started and I needed to think of ways to make money. I had my blog that I wrote in Madagascar over the 3 years, so I had a bunch of excerpts online that I could just turn into a book. So I tried doing that, and that even took longer than I expected. So I didn't finish that book until after the race to 50K was done. Posted that in March of 2021. And yeah, that one was, it was kind of already all written there. I just had to like format it into a book. I mean, honestly, if AI existed, or like I knew how to use AI back then, I could have took all of the excerpts in my blog, put it into AI, and that could have turned it into a book way easier and edit it way easier than what I had to do last time I did the book. I mean, it took me forever just to do the editing and reading. And even with this book, I edited it so much. I read over it so many times, front to back. And I did the audiobook and I'm reading it again, and there's still mistakes. I did the audiobook, I corrected the mistakes. I look at it again, I see another mistake. So yeah, writing a book is very hard. It's easier now with AI because instead of typing everything on a page, I just recorded my voice, like said everything, and then just put it onto paper. So it formatted it for me, but I still had to go back and edit, and that took me a couple months. So yeah, even though we do have technology, like just the process of writing a book is still very hard, especially to get it like how you want it. And editing is just the hardest part. I'm self-published. I didn't have editors, so I just basically looked over it a million times by myself. And there are still typos, but that's how it is, right? Authenticity over perfection. That's always something that I try to promote. So yeah, the second book is a lot different. There's structure to it. It was a lot more intentional. Even the marketing, I didn't really market my first book. I just like posted it and be like, "Hey, I got a book. I'm a published author." This one was more like my author debut. I feel like this was a book that I actually wanted people to read and actually wanted to get into bookstores. And this is the book I want to change lives, like how Rich Man Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki changes life. Like I want this book to be like that, where it inspires people and it changes bad habits, or it creates inspiration in people to do certain things. And the book isn't about being perfect. It's just about altering your perspective on things and altering your mindset, and you know using these concepts that I've created for my life to be successful in your life. And success comes through so many failures. And you'll see that in my book, that the road to success and the road that I'm on wasn't through getting everything right on the first time. It was done through a lot of mistakes, a lot of embarrassing moments, and a lot of times where I had to be uncomfortable and like sit on the edge of comfort, just so I could grow. And I think I have a line in there where it's like, um I think I have a line in my book where it says that growth doesn't happen on the edge of comfort. Or I think it's okay. I think the line in my book is, growth happens at the edge of comfort. What is I forget. I gotta look, but something like, it doesn't happen on the edge of comfort ability, but at the edge of comfort and ability. Something like that. I was trying to be creative with the words, but it didn't come out the way I wanted to, as I'm talking on this podcast, but go check it out. But Jerry, though, that's the difference between, my first and second book.